Hi, I'm Adam Bant. I'm the Greens spokesperson on high-speed rail, something that the Greens have been pushing for a very long time. It was part of our agreement to help form the federal Gillard government was that we fast-track high-speed rail in Australia, and we want to make sure that it comes to Brisbane and that it comes through Queensland. We are going to see a study released in a couple of months' time that will lay out a bit of a roadmap as to where high-speed rail is going to go in this country. High-speed rail is coming, make no mistake. It is a low pollution, comfortable and fast means of getting up and down the east coast. But there's a real risk that Brisbane and other towns, especially along the coast, might miss out unless the state government gets its skates on and comes and joins the move towards high-speed rail. Otherwise it runs the real risk of being left standing on the platform, and to make sure that the state government joins in this national move towards high-speed rail, it's Adam Stone's going to take care of that and make sure it happens.
A high-speed rail link to Queensland, to Brisbane and running through the Gold Coast is just yet another example of where the Greens offer long-term strategic planning for the future rather than focusing on short-term electoral outcomes. So while the ALP in the last term of their government have focused on selling off a lot of our public transport assets and selling off Queensland Rail, and Campbell Newman has already said that he would look to sell off the remaining government-owned shares in QR National, the Greens are proposing that we invest in the public transport links for the future, which could provide around 3.5 million passenger journeys between Brisbane and Sydney. But this kind of connection to, while this is a federal project, we're not going to get the link to Queensland and to Brisbane prioritised without a bit of forward planning by the government. And that should be painfully obvious to them now after we've seen a nearly 2-year delay in getting federal funding for Cross River Rail because they haven't been able to get their house in order when it comes to planning. What the state government needs to do now, and what the Greens would do if represented in the Parliament, is to put aside a $10 million commitment to start doing the kind of planning that needs to occur if we're to be front of the queue when it comes to rolling out high-speed rail to Queensland. And once we've got the second phase of the study completed in the months ahead, we need the Queensland government to be putting aside money for the forward estimates for all of the planning and land purchasing and so on that needs to occur if Queensland is to benefit from this groundbreaking infrastructure.